It was 8 years ago that Syrian Kurds started their own uprising against the government. It all happened before these children were born. Their parents fled to Iraqi Kurdistan when the Syrian government started shooting and imprisoning Kurdish protesters. Forgotten by the world, they say. They've been here ever since. Hassan Abbas Mahmoud is the Mukhtar, the local head of this refugee camp, home to 73 families.
We couldn't go out in the streets because of the shooting. After 4 or 5 days, they deployed soldiers and even airplanes. Anyone who raised their heads were cut down.
The border is less than a half-hour's drive. But 4 months ago, the Syrians closed it, Iraqi Kurds say, and few people managed to cross. It's bitterly cold here. The houses are made of concrete blocks, pieces of tent, bits of plastic. But even with all that, people here say that they're better off here than they would be in Syria. Jahan Hussein says she's still afraid that Syrian security forces will come for her husband and children. In her makeshift kitchen, she prepares the lentils and rice that most of them live on. They're grateful to the Kurdish government, but it's been 8 years now and they're still living in tents. They've learned not to expect much.
We want to thank the American forces. They put up 4 layers of blocks when they were here. Before, we just had the ground.
It's a high price to pay for safety. But for many, the alternative was prison in a country which stripped them of basic rights. Moran doesn't want her face shown. She's one of more than 100,000 Syrian Kurds who are classified as foreigners, but barred from leaving the country. Because she was Kurdish, she couldn't register her marriage or her children's birth, she says.
If we have property, we can't register it in our names. Our cars aren't even registered. People spend 70 years in Syria, and they don't have nationality.
They say that Kurds have no problem with Syrian Arabs, just the Syrian government. People here say they're as Syrian as anyone else. But they wait in uncomfortable exile to return to a country they still call home. Jane Arraf, Al Jazeera, Moqableh, Northern Iraq.